Have you been wondering what a continent box is? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain exactly what a continent box is and how you can make one yourself. So stay tuned. But hey, if we're only meeting for the first time, my name is Rebecca Raitt from Empowered Avenue, empowering eclectic education, one avenue at a time. I'm an educator, facilitator and mother of 2 little girls, and I love all things Montessori and languages. So today I'm going to explain exactly what's in a continent box so you can try and recreate one at home yourself. This is an example of a continent box. I literally use a box, but you could use anything, a basket, a bag, anything to store it. This is just a temporary solution that I use to actually display the materials because we are doing a continent a week. So this is what I put everything in, so I know everything's together, and then we can just pull them all out. So this one's our Asia box, and you can see it's quite full. There's lots of things in there, so I'll tell you exactly what is in them. A continent box is a Montessori concept, which it comes under the cultural studies and geography section. So this concept comes after children understand that the world is made up of land and water, and they can understand what a map is. And then this is the next step where they learn about the continents and the people, places and things that make up those continents. Now, a continent is a huge space of land, obviously, and the cultures and languages and peoples and animals, they vary a lot. So covering a whole continent into one box like that is quite difficult. To leave something off, it doesn't feel right. It was incredibly difficult for me to pack an entire continent, especially like Asia, into one box because you have so many different areas and they vary a lot from each other. But to give you an idea of what goes in a continent box, so we try to include things that cover people, animals, places and things. So for people, we have lots of photos. So these ones are a beautiful example from Montessori print shop, which I purchased, and I will be purchasing the entire set just because I don't have the time to go and make these. I know how much time it takes to find these photos and format the documents, and I don't have time for that. So I've purchased them and they go in our boxes. So this is a large photo set, but there's also 3-part card sets, so you get the photo and the words, and that completes the picture. This is from our Australia set. And this is from the animals packet. So I've made up little packets like this, and for each pack that you get from Montessori print shop, it includes animals, culture, food, instruments, people in the large photos, and there's one more and I can't think right now what it is, but I've made up little packs for all of them, and they go in our boxes, and that's a really easy way to tick off photos. For animals, I like to include a soft toy or 2 just because we have young children doing our classes and my daughter's quite young. So here is an example from our Australia box, and this is a kiwi bird. I found this actually after I ran our session, so this will be included in our box for future sessions, and I couldn't pass him up. I found this at a second-hand store, and I thought it was perfect because I don't have much that represents New Zealand, and I think it's important to have a complete continent. Another way to show animals is figurines. So this one's from our Africa set. So I bought a whole bunch of animal figurines. This one's actually a really large one and really heavy, but I included a whole set of animal figurines, and then we can match them up with some of the photos in those packets. For places, I've been lucky enough to have some things from the continents we've done so far. So for example, this one is from Australia. I think my dad actually got me this from Melbourne when he went there one time. So I've included this little Melbourne globe with a little tram in it. But other things I've included are like posters, other little figurines and things like that cover places and show some of the major landmarks on a bigger scale or an artistic scale. Money, I was fortunate enough to get donated, and I borrowed some money from my brother. So we've included money from all the continents. This is an example from my Asia set. So I have money here from Kuwait. This is from my husband, so we've got some Kuwaiti dinars. We have some notes from Indonesia, so we've got some rupiah. And then we've got a whole bunch of coins from different countries because my brother's a coin collector, so he's got quite a collection. We've got coins here from Brunei, Malaysia, Bahrain, Thailand, Philippines, all over. So there's a big wide selection there, and they were quite popular with the kids looking at the different money. Another thing to include in the Montessori continent boxes are books. So we can't forget books. This one is obviously from my Africa set. I just borrowed these from the library. I got a whole bunch from each continent and we just look at those. And then this one is a language book that I have, and I've included this in Asia and Africa because Arabic is spoken in both places. And it's also to show the children that there are other ways of writing and obviously speaking, but more particularly writing. When we also did Asia, I also included some Japanese writing and I think maybe some Chinese writing. So you can easily include some languages into your continent boxes just to spark that interest in other ways of speaking and reading. Other than that, that's pretty much it for what I've got in my continent boxes. I will be doing follow-up videos on each individual continent box, so you can have a look at what's inside, what I've included, to give you some ideas and just to really reassure you that you can pull this off with things that are around your house. I haven't actually bought much, with the exception of these Montessori print shop items and a couple of things from the second-hand store and some animal figurines from the local shop. But other than that, I did get most of it from my house. You could obviously make those 3-part cards and photos and stuff yourself. You could just print off your own photos if it's for your own personal use, but I just did not have the time for that when I'm putting together a whole course. I hope this helps. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like the sound of the rest of the series, please consider subscribing so you can get all the notifications of new videos when I post them. There are 7 continents, but it is an 8-week course that I've put together. So the first week is about the continents of the world as a whole, and we introduce this lovely map that's behind me and my homemade Montessori globe, and I'll be explaining that more in the next video. That's it from me today. My name is Rebecca Raitt from Empowered Avenue, empowering eclectic education, one avenue at a time, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.